Hello and welcome back to another Walking Dead video, and today I'm going to talk about Travis and what if Travis survived the events of Season 3 Episode 2. How would the rest of Fear the Walking Dead play out if Travis made it to the end of the show? And today's video is given to me by heydenbanks on one of my previous what if videos, so a quick thank you for this great idea. And let's jump right into this scenario. So in this scenario, the bullets still hit the helicopter. However, instead of killing Travis, the helicopter just goes down and Travis survives the crash. The way Season 3 would play out would be mostly similar, with Travis becoming very defensive and further going down this broken man story arc, with Travis now losing his son, becoming highly defensive and highly aggressive against anyone that could threaten what is left of his family, the Clarks. Travis would be very loyal to Madison and would do anything that she won. And in Season 3, Travis would support her descent into villainy, becoming more or less a villain himself and being her muscle as she's the brains, a lot like an alpha and beta dynamic. And Travis's biggest impact in the ranch arc would be that he would be a major factor in uniting the two factions together. Because of his heritage, he would have a lot more in common with Walker and his group than the ranch owners. And because you have Travis there, he might be able to make them more unified. However, it would be all for nothing because you still have the issue of Troy and him destroying the ranch. And after the ranch is destroyed and going towards the dam arc at the back half of Season 3, Travis would be the character to take the bomb off Nick and try and let Nick escape with the rest of the Clarks, trying to sacrifice himself and blown up. However, because you still have Daniel, Travis would be saved at the last minute by Daniel, and going into Season 4, you would still have Travis around. In Season 4, all the characters kind of get a re-switch on what their personalities are, and it'd be the same for Travis. They've had 100 days of peace, and the stadium is thriving, and then the vultures come and ruin it all. Madison sacrifices herself, and Travis has to deal with the guilt of failing to protect her. And then Nick dies in revenge, and Travis now has to deal with the guilt that he's failed to defend his girlfriend and now his stepson. And all that's left is Alicia, and this will lead Travis down a spiraling descent into madness, basically, and depression. He's failing at doing the one thing that is left in this world, and that is to defend the Clarks. Now 2 of the 3 of them are gone, and the way this would affect and impact the first half of Season 4 would be that Travis and Alicia would be the driving force around trying to kill Charlie, and he would be worse than Alicia. He probably wouldn't be as forgiving as she was in Episode 8, and this would lead to Morgan having to use force to take down Travis to defend Charlie. Maybe Alicia can get past what Charlie has done, but Travis would need a lot longer time, and he would leave the group at the end of Part 1 of Season 4 and only rejoin with them after the whole Storm arc. And this is when Travis finally starts to heal because of Morgan, and Morgan and Travis would be connected in a way because they have both lost so much. And in Season 5, Morgan would be trying to help Travis, a lot like how Eastman helped Morgan, and those two characters would go through kind of a healing process together, with Travis having his whole season of Season 5 be his arc is slowly learning to forgive Charlie. Instead of like Alicia doing it in one episode, Travis has an entire season where he hates Charlie, but he's no longer trying to kill her, and by the end of the season he's able to move on and focus on what's important and what's left with him in this world, defending Alicia. And the Season 5 would be basically mostly the same. The Logan arc would be the same. There'd be no differences outside of maybe John Dorie and Morgan's friendship would not become as strong, and John Dorie would be paired up with Dwight more, as Travis would take the friend or right hand man of Morgan a lot more, and he would be Morgan's new best friend, and his storyline would be about all life is precious. And going into Season 6, Travis really wouldn't do much and affect the story too much because it's a very personal story between Morgan and Virginia, and it's a war between those two characters, all he would do is be the muscle in the war. He might have some scenes here and there with Alicia, but the story would be the same. In the back half of season 6, his story would be more focused on when Alicia disappears and they think she's gone. His whole story arc is trying to find Alicia, and he might even go off by himself while everyone goes and try and deal with, oh, the nuke's about to be launched by Teddy. Travis wouldn't be focused on that. He'll be focused on trying to find Alicia, and that would be his sole goal in the back half. And he might not even be there in the last 2 to 3 episodes when it's all going down at the submarine, because all he cares about is trying to find Alicia. In season 7 and the first half with the mystery of going to find Alicia would all be the same. Strand's rise to power. But once Alicia is found, this is when Travis would come back into the story, and season 7 will be Travis's biggest story since about season 4 and 5, and this would be about Travis being the peacekeeper and negotiator between the factions and march to war between Strand, Alicia and Morgan. And because you have Travis there, maybe Morgan never tries to kill Strand, and Travis is able to find a good outcome for everyone, and major characters like Wes and John Dory Sr. would not die. Charlie wouldn't have been given a lethal, or almost lethal dose of radiation. It would be a better outcome for all. However, because they are living in a radioactive zone, even though Travis was able to talk Strand back from the point of villainy, the group would still eventually have to leave Texas. And maybe because the tower is the only safe place in the radiation zone, there are more people out there. Maybe they come across another set of villains that kick them out of the tower. Or maybe Alicia's defectors manage to take down the tower and force everyone to the beach. And this is where Alicia will be too sick to leave, and she will refuse to get on the boats with everyone else. And this will lead to Travis refusing to leave too. And when everyone leaves, Travis stays behind with Alicia, and she passes out and later wakes up feeling better. And the two go off back into the wasteland to try and save as many people as possible. And then going into season 8, and it'd be mostly the same. John Dory Sr. would still be alive, and he'll probably be kicked out like Daniel because of his age. And those two characters together would rebuild or make a militia to take out Padre, and Wes would probably either die off screen, a lot like a lot of the extended cast did, or join Luciana's community and help rebuild the networks around the southeast and southwest of the United States. And outside of that, it'd be mostly the same. Madison would still be grieving the loss of her entire family, believing Travis and Alicia are dead, up until Troy returns, when he mentions that he went to war with Travis and Alicia and he killed them all. And that would be the biggest difference. The season would be mostly exactly the same until right at the very end, where Alicia and Travis reunite with Madison, and what is left of the Clarks then head back off to LA. And that's what I think is the most likely scenario in this what if story, is that Travis would refuse to leave Alicia, because his whole purpose after losing his son Chris is to look after the Clarks. I don't see him ever leaving her on that beach. However, if he did, season 8 would be very different and similar at the same time. The first half of season 8, Travis would be a smaller character, and his storyline would just be about him building a network, maybe with Dwight and Sherry inside Padre, to try and overthrow it. And he would not even know about Madison maybe until maybe the final couple episodes of part 1, and that's when they finally reunite in episode 5 or 6. And in the back half, you now have Madison and Travis back together, but Travis will be dealing with the guilt that, oh, he abandoned Alicia back at that beach and she actually survived. And you would have Madison trying to help him while also trying to fight off Troy. And it would end very similar to as it ends in the show, with Madison, air quotes, sacrificing her and then reuniting with Alicia. But because you also have Travis there, after knowing that he abandoned Alicia and she survived, Travis would stay on the island of Padre, and he would eventually find her and save her, and then reunite with Alicia, relieving him of that guilt that he's been carrying for the 6 episodes. And the show would end a lot like the other scenario, with the 3 characters finally together, watching everyone else go off and do their lives, and heading back to LA. And this is what I would think would happen if Travis survived season 3. So please tell me down below, do you agree with me? Do you disagree? If you have very different opinions of what would happen, I'd like to know all your thoughts are down below. And which of the 2 end scenarios do you think for season 8 would happen? Do you think Travis, what I think was most likely, would never leave Alicia at that beach, maybe stay behind to check if she's actually dead or not? Or do you think he would leave her and then be a big or somewhat sizable role in season 8? I'd like to know all your thoughts down below. But this is me today, so goodbye, peace out, and I'll talk to you later.